All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Arakah Kodash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Ruel. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayath, Dawadad, the house of David. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it. We're just going to go right to the scripture to start off the video. Job 20. In verse number 2, it says, "Therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, for this I make haste." Verse 3, "I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and that the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment." Right, and that the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Okay? See, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Esau, Edom, is the hypocrite. And his joy is going to be but for a moment. Okay? It says this here. Job, give me Job real quick, 14 and 5. Job 14 and 5, it says, "Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass." That's absolutely correct. His days are determined, right? Oh, we got major prophecies that got to happen still. Right, such as the mark of the beast has got to come to pass, fully be fully to be everybody to be tried. All right, as the scriptures have said, Okay, but this thing is it's out there. The mark of the beast is completely out there. All right, and they're pushing it off, and they're pushing it off. Like I'm saying, like predictably, programmingly pushing it off. Okay. Like widely, on a wide scale and variety. And like I was saying before, there's a lot of military guys. All right, there's a lot of celebrities who have the chip. Okay, and it's even all overseas. All right, the major place it's gonna happen is America. Okay, the major places that this thing gonna take place is America, because it's gonna happen throughout the like they're trying to push it throughout the four corners according to the New World Order. Okay, Esau's New World Order is one world government. All right, but ultimately, it's that's what's gonna go down, man. Okay, you see, that's a major prophecy. That's going to come to that is going to come to pass. All right, that is going to come to pass. Okay, because what did the Most High say? All right, what did the Most High say? What did Yahweh Shem Yahushai say? Yahweh Shem Yahushai said. Okay, it says Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Absolutely. It will surely come. It will not tarry, man. All right? And it's not going to tarry. You see? You see? So let's go here to... Let me get Job 20. Actually, Salaki, I had that already. Let me get Micah. Nah, you know what? Let's get Job 5 and 12. Let's do that. Let's get Job 5 and 12 real quick. Salakia. Job 5 and 12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands, right? So that their hands, the word hands right there, meaning yad, which means power, cannot perform their enterprise. Let's go into it. Okay? So the word hand there, all right, or hands, okay? It means strength, power, okay? Strength, power, all right? Hand, the strength or the power, okay? where it goes down here, it says, it goes Yad, or Yawad. It says a primitive hand, the open one indicating power, means direction, etc., in distinction from the 3709, the closed one. Okay? In a great variety of applications, both literally or figuratively, both prominent and remote, as follows. All right? As follows. Says ordinance, order, okay, strength, all right, and so on and so forth, okay, as you see there. All right, so let's go back to the scripture. So this is Job 5, and let's read it again, verse number 12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. What is their devices? All right, is to chip everybody. That's one of the devices, a totalitarianism government, a one world government. Okay? It says he that taketh the wise in his own craft is Salakia. Salakia, verse 12. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. Right? Okay? It says verse 14. It says they meet with darkness, right? Because they go and have their little summit meetings. Okay? A summit is the highest point, a mountain. Okay? Is the highest point of a mountain, right? And they go and have their little summit meetings in the capital of New York. All right? A lot of things happen in New York. All right? It says they meet with the darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. All right? Okay? So let's go to Micah 2:1. Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. Right, because it's in the power of their hands. Woe unto them that devise iniquity. And who devises iniquity? Esau, Edom. All right? Esau, Edom. And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, how do they do that? Through their legislation. Do they passing off of their orders? Through their mainly their government. The word gov meaning control. The word mint meaning mind. Okay, so the government, the mind control. All right, mint, government, mind control. Okay, and how they do that with their legislation, passing it off. People are scared. Right? So they'll get scared by passing off their legislation. They'll just bow down and do what they tell them because they're passing it off through their legislation. And how is this chip is going to get passed off? It's how it's getting passed. It's through their legislation. Okay? Breaking down many different forms of documents and things of that nature and things like that, man. You see? Okay? So let's go here. Salakia. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalm 10. Psalm 10, verse number 2. Verse number 2 to 3. It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Right. Who is the wicked? Esau, Edom. Who's the poor? Jacob, Yaquab, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? All right? It says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Right? And the devices that they have imagined is a new world order. All right? Let's go into the word devices. Okay? What is it? What is it? Devices. Their purpose. Right? Their purpose. What is their purpose? Of one world government. Okay? That's their purpose, man. That's Esau Edom's purpose, is to set up a one world government. Okay? Evil devices. Alright? It says a plan, usually evil, sometimes good, a conspiracy. You see? This is what you'll call a conspiracy. Okay? A device, a distraction. Alright? Intent, witty invention, lewdness, mischievousness, thought, or wickedly. Okay? So let's go here. Verse number 3. It says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, his mind's desire, and blessed the covetousness whom the Lord abhorreth. Okay? You see? So let's go here to let's go here real quick to the article. Let's go here real quick to the article. Or actually, Salakia, let's go right here. Totalitarianism. Actually, you know what? Let's go to subordinate. Oh, we already got there. I don't even know why I'm still in there. Salakia. Alright, let's go to the article. Here's the article. Alright, so the article right here, brothers. It says U.S. Treasury Secretary declares golden age of crypto and urges builders to flood in. Alright, it says the United States is unleashing a crypto renaissance, embracing blockchain innovation. All right. Okay. It says innovation with sweeping regulatory clarity and massive institutional backing, and an open call for global Web 3 dominance. U.S. enters golden age of crypto with new era of regulation and innovation. Salakia. Okay, so that word innovation. It says U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent stated on social media platform X on August 1st that the United States is now entering a transformative period for blockchain innovation and describing it as a pivotal era for digital assets. His message underscored the administration's support of emerging technologies tied to decentralized computing and digital financial systems. The comments singled a departure from earlier regulatory skepticism and reflected to push the aligned U.S. policy with the alterating pace of Salakia, the accelerating pace of global crypto development. Bessent framed this transition as a fundamental shift in national strategy, declaring the U.S. has entered the golden age of crypto. He says he explained that under POTUS, we are exploring new possibilities in decentralized computing and digital payments to unlock the potential blockchain technology. His statement included a direct appeal to crypto founders. So you start your companies here, launch your protocols here, and hire your workers here, Bessent sent, urging them to build operations, develop protocols, and grow teams within the United States. It says these comments reflect the overreaching effort to secure U.S. leadership in the global Web 3 economy. It says many in the industry have held the current administration as the most pro-crypto government to date, citing its willingness to engage with stockholders and establish clear rules. President Donald Trump has publicly stated his intention to make the U.S. the global capital of crypto. Under the leadership of Chair Paul Atkins, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) is moving away from a regulation by enforcement model toward a more corroborative, policy-driven approach. Moreover, Beeson remarks followed the signing into law of the guiding of the establishment of National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins Genius Act, the SEC launch of the Project Crypto. All right. It says, in the White House released a crypto report by the President Working Group on Digital Asset Markets. Okay. So as you know, they had a patent. Okay, they had a patent that was out. All right, it was I think it was WWO or WO 2020, which was 2020 060606 A1. Okay, that was the patent for a cryptocurrency base, which pretty much is getting into that microchip. All right, it's getting into that microchip. All this is talking about is nothing but the microchip, nothing but that RFID microchip. Okay, which the stable coin and then many different other coins or whatever they're gonna fashion it under. All right, is going to be used to be a payment to your body activity. Okay, which on that chip is going to be your medical records, your driver's license, your criminal history. Okay, everything fashioned to be put onto that chip that's like a grain of rice with coils in it, antenna coils, which runs off of a 5G network, 6G network. All right, 5G and 6G does not run off your phones. It does not include or help the fast status of your phone. That's not what it was made for. It was made for these chips. All right, it was made for these microchips. Okay, high frequency radiation, EMF. Okay, so now let's go into the book of Revelation. Let's go into the book of Revelation. All right, let's go into the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, and let's just get right into it. Let's go to the 15th verse, because I stated something about having the power in your hand. How they have it? By their legislation. All right, they're gonna call one day. They're gonna say, "Listen here, cash is no longer good no more." All right, everybody's gonna have to take this chip, and they're gonna do something where they bring in this, where they bring in another type of scenario of a so-called COVID-19, which they're gonna bring this. Some type of scenario is going to happen. All right, which is gonna force everybody out of the new system, which they already did that already with bringing in the COVID-19, that CV-19, all right, which is already the parts are already in play to push you into a new system. All right, they already got the money into play. They establishing that. Okay, and then they establishing breaking down what you'll call many different religions, so-called. Okay? All right? And everybody to come up under a one world religion, so to speak. Okay? You see? So verse number 15, it says, and he had power. Who had power? Esau. And he had power, okay, to give life unto the image of the beast. All right? It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right. Many that not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay. Babylon the Great. Okay. Verse number 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. That mark is charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell. How you going to have something buying and selling is transactional. Okay? Buying and selling is transactional, whether it's through cash, whether it's through which you already knowing as the mark of the beast, man. This is going to be cash, which is going to be actually non-cash, but digital cash, right? Which is tracked, which is able to be easily tracked. All right, totalitarianism, total control. All right. So it says, and that no man might buy or sell, saith he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that haveth understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, and the number of a man 666 is imperfection. Okay, definitely that's imperfection. All right. Okay. So let's go here to Revelation. Last two scriptures. Revelation, the 2nd chapter, and the 10th verse. It says, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prisons. Right, and those prisons are concentration camps, man. Those are going to be concentration camps. All right, which they have tons of them set up all around America. Okay, tons of them. A lot of them, executive orders that I have went over and put out in videos. All right. It says right now a lot of the Northern Kingdom are in these prisons. All right. Okay. It says that ye may be tried. Right. How you gonna be tried? Meaning tested. All right. Tried by what? That mark. All right, your faith is going to be tried. That's what's going to happen. Your faith is going to be tried. Do you have the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, or do you believe in this devil, in this society, in this system? That's what you got to ultimately think about. Ultimately, it's going to go down to the elect. The elect is not going to take the chip because the Most High have it sealed in their mind, the word from judgment. All right. Okay. It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. 10 days is, or 10 meaning completion. Okay, meaning completion. Okay. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right. So let's read my last scripture in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, and let's go right to it again, the 10th verse. Let's go to the 10th verse. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, Salakia, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. What is the hour of temptation? The mark of the beast. All right. It says, which shall come upon all the world. All right. Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right. To try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay. Hey, so with that, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Arakah Kodash, and double down the city apostles and elders of great millstone who well, peace and blessings and citations to the hopeful elect, the Bayath, Dawidah, the house of David, Shalom, and the Baba Ball.